Okay, so I have a question that I already know is going to divide us. Is it ever okay to text your ex happy birthday?
Oh, you're starting with this today. All right. My gut reaction? No.
No? Just a blanket no? Not even like a friendly two-word text?
I mean, what are you actually accomplishing? You're not in their life anymore. A happy birthday text is just poking the bear.
See, I think that's way too cynical. Sometimes people end things amicably. Sometimes you genuinely just want to be kind.
But wait, if you genuinely don't care, if it's truly just kindness, then why does it matter enough to send? You don't text your dentist happy birthday.
Because my dentist didn't hold me while I cried during the last 20 minutes of Interstellar Morgan.
And that's exactly my point. There's emotional weight there. That's not a neutral text.
Okay, fair, but here's where I push back. I think it depends entirely on context. How long ago did you break up? Who ended it? Are you both in new relationships?
Sure, context matters in theory, but in practice, people are terrible at honestly assessing their own motivations.
That's actually a really good point, and I hate that you said it.
Thank you. There was actually a study, I think it was from Kansas State, that found that people who stay in contact with exes often score higher on traits like narcissism and Machiavellianism.
Wait, seriously? Like dark triad stuff?
Yeah, the researchers found that maintaining contact was often about keeping that person as a backup option or for access, emotional, physical, whatever.
Okay, but that's about sustained contact. We're talking about two words once a year. Happy. Birthday. That's it.
Is it ever just that, though? Be honest. Has a happy birthday text ever not led to at least a short conversation?
I mean, okay, yeah, usually they reply, you ask how they've been, and suddenly it's midnight and you've been texting for 3 hours.
Right, right. It's a door. It looks small, but it opens wide.
But here's the thing. Is that always bad? What if catching up is genuinely nice and nobody gets hurt?
If nobody gets hurt, sure, but somebody almost always does. Either your current partner feels weird about it, or one of you reads too much into it.
Okay, I want to draw a line here though. I think there's a massive difference between an ex from 2 months ago and an ex from 5 years ago.
I'd push back on that. Time doesn't automatically equal emotional distance. I know people who are fully over someone in 3 months, and people who are still hung up after a decade.
True, but generally speaking, if it's been years and you've both moved on, a happy birthday text is just being a decent human.
See, I think being a decent human is respecting the boundary that a breakup creates.
That's so cold though. We're just supposed to pretend people who were important to us don't exist?
Not pretend they don't exist. You can think fondly of someone without inserting yourself back into their notifications.
Inserting yourself into their... It's a birthday text, not a marriage proposal.
I know, I know. But let me ask you this. Would you send it if your current partner was reading over your shoulder?
Honestly? Yeah, I would. And if I wouldn't, that tells me something about my intentions.
Okay, that's actually a great litmus test. I'll give you that.
The shoulder test! We just invented a relationship framework.
Don't get ahead of yourself. But actually, yeah, if you'd send it openly, transparently, with zero hesitation, maybe it's fine.
See? You're coming around.
I'm not coming around. I'm saying it can be okay in very narrow circumstances, but most people aren't in those circumstances, and they convince themselves they are.
That's fair. And I think the other thing people don't consider is the receiving end. Like, what if your ex doesn't want to hear from you?
Exactly. Your good intentions don't override someone else's peace. Maybe they spent months getting over you, and your text just resets their progress.
Yeah, that's the part that makes me pause. Because you literally can't know where the other person is emotionally.
And most people don't even think about that. They're thinking about how sending it makes them feel. Generous, mature, above it all.
Okay, so it sounds like we actually agree more than I thought. It's not really about the text itself. It's about why you're sending it.
Right. And whether you've done the honest, uncomfortable work of examining that why.
So the answer isn't yes or no. It's check yourself first.
And if there's even a flicker of doubt about your motivation, just don't send it. Light a candle for them in your mind or whatever.
Light a candle. Who are you? A monk. But yeah, I think you're right. If you have to ask whether it's okay, that's probably your answer.
The fact that someone is agonizing over 2 words tells you everything about what those 2 words actually mean to them.
Wow, that's annoyingly wise. I think that might be the most honest thing either of us has said today.